Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And today we're here streaming with my bro Adam from BitNinjaSupply.com. How goes it, bro?
It's going good. How about
Hey,
yourself?
I'm enjoying the day, man. I'm having a blast over here, dude. Just watching the market finally go red and seeing everybody completely go against everything they've been saying for the past 3 days. It's like bipolar crypto Twitter syndrome.
Yep, yep. Everybody's sad, crying. It's a great day on crypto Twitter.
Yeah,
Actually, no one's been tweeting today. I was like on there, super bored. I was
oh,
like,
I know.
if I can scroll through it and then see where I've last stopped at, it's not a good day in the crypto.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. That's true. That's where I mean we came to bees from. I met you from crypto Twitter. I love crypto Twitter, man. I mean, why don't you go ahead though, introduce yourself to the audience real quick. Let them know a little bit about yourself, maybe how you got into Bitcoin and how that led you to what you're doing now in the industry with BitNinjaSupply.com.
Okay, sure. My name's Adam. I'm the owner and operator of BitNinjaSupply.com. If you go to BitNinjaSupply.com, you can find crypto merchandise, marketing, advertisements, but mostly I'm well known for putting out products
Swag
like your T-shirt. I work
right
with
here. It's available. BitNinja Supply, baby.
yeah, I like how that shirt turned out
Oh,
too.
dude, me too. I really, and you know what? I like the back is kind of planed up. I'm gonna get
Yep.
people to sign this everywhere I go, man. That's what I'm gonna turn this
Oh,
into
that's a
my
good idea.
signature tee.
Yep.
Literally, and all pun intended, signature tee.
Nice. Yeah, so BitNinjaSupply.com is where you can pick up crypto related merch and merch for your favorite influencers. I got into Bitcoin. Well, honestly, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Somebody wanted me to help them try to buy some stuff off the internet to help them work out, and they only accepted Bitcoin. And so I did a little bit there. It was like 400 a coin at the time, and then I didn't do anything else with it. And a couple of years later, my buddy's like, "Yo, you got to check out Bitcoin." It was like 1,200 bucks.
Yeah, he
I was like,
got gains in all ends over there. Then I mean, that's how I think Omar kind of got involved, or something similar to like nootropics and stuff like that, and ordering them online with crypto and stuff like that. That's really cool, man. That's awesome that you kind of got your introduction by like helping somebody out that needed some sort of tech support. That's what I kind of look at. A lot of what I do is more like I'll never consider this financial advice. It's more like tech support at best.
right, yeah, yeah. How do I work this? Like, just give me your social security number. We're cool.
Have you tried unplugging and plugging the blockchain again?
Yeah, yeah. So that's how I got my start. Early 2017. I think a lot of people hopped on about that point. I didn't get into CT until December though. I mean, I did all my trading. I thought I was top shit. I'm on Facebook, like telling people I was going to retire, and
Yeah,
we all
we're all bull market savants.
yeah, yeah. It was a
No,
good
I know
time
that
though.
feeling, man. I kind of miss that feeling, but it's a humbling feeling. It's a life lesson that I am happy that I went through because unfortunately, I mean, fortunately and unfortunately, I don't know if that whole educational process will happen again the way it did
Right.
because crypto was so early and I got in around like the Ethereum DAO fork. So Ethereum forking to Ethereum Classic was just a great life lesson, especially when it came into play with Bitcoin forking into Bitcoin Cash and everybody just kind of got in, was running around. I'm like, I already did a fork, man. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Data Bunker. Much appreciated. Love those guys over at Data Bunker.
Yeah, those are great guys.
Yo, yeah, you got to get some more of that kind of swag like that, like these Bitcoin energy drinks and data bunkers and stuff like all like the swag we can on that Bit Ninja supply, man. Because I don't know, dude, like people just don't understand that, like there is so much crypto related stuff out there, like all of this that
You're
they're
right.
they're just they just think, oh, there's apps and drugs to buy online, and that's about where crypto ends. I'm like, all this is crypto related accessories. These are Bitcoin accessories. What
Yeah.
are one of your favorite Bitcoin accessories, man?
Um, Man, that's such a tough question because I have so many that I like.
Well, what kind of what do you use any on a daily, right? What's your most used?
I mean, I guess what I use the most is my Bit Ninja hat. I mean, it is advertising my brand, but when I'm out in public, people ask me what Bit Ninja is. and it's an easy way to talk about cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's totally a non-intrusive conversation starter, right? It isn't like ask me about Bitcoin, kind of how I have on my hoodies. Maybe a little intrusive. People may not be like, I don't want to ask.
But BitNinja, I get lots of questions, and I'm just like, you ever heard of Bitcoin? And immediately they treat me like a Jehovah Witness. They're like, we're gonna go over here now.
Yep. Yeah, sorry. We're gonna do something else now. No, I get that, but I think that may be more of like the mainstream narrative. Like when the mainstream was kind of pushing a different page, when CNBC just started doing their crypto trading show and all that, and everybody was interested. You could talk to anybody on the bus about it because it was the narrative was it's okay to talk about, it's cool. And then the market went bear and their narrative completely changed. They have no long-term perspective for the technology. So all they talked about was the short term, which was the price right now. It sucks, but I think things like the subtle swag that like from like BitNinja and stuff like that is like the conversation starters, like these Bitcoin energy drinks. It's like this
I haven't
subtle.
tried one yet.
What? I'm sending you one. I got a couple I gotta mail out, dude. I'll put you on the list. I'm gonna mail you out one. You gotta start selling. I can hook you up with the CEO. I'm gonna interview him. I think in a day or two. We'll get you some cases to sell on the site.
Hell yeah. I'm down.
Yeah. What's it like selling, stuff like online with crypto and being a small business accepting cryptocurrencies? Is it difficult, cumbersome? I'm sort of like, what's the process like?
So it's really, it runs itself practically. I make the designs, I put them on the site. I don't deal with the products 9 times out of 10. You go on, you browse, you pick what you want, you pay me, I pay my vendor, and it gets shipped to you. It's pretty easy. But there are things that are out of my control that make it difficult, like shipping times. I have no control over shipping times. If you want something expedited, I always get people wanting something for a conference or an event that's like 2 days away, and I have no control over getting that to them.
Last minute impulse purchases, man. I do that a lot myself when it comes to events. I'll go to somewhere to grab, or I'll go online and try to get swag real quick, and it is hard, man. I can see that.
So I've been looking at like local areas at print shops so I can make that happen for people. So that's a way that I can step my game up.
That's a good way to collab too, because those businesses may, that might be a great introduction to what is crypto. Like people stopping by to pick up crypto swag. Maybe they'll start accepting it at brick and mortar.
Dude, and a lot of those places are almost going out of business, like those mom and pop like printing shops, because they don't know how to use the internet. And all these big print on demand sites like what I use to print this stuff are just taking them out. So it's a good way. I've talked to a couple of them. They're just, unfortunately the prices are just, out there. But eventually I'll find the right fit and make it happen for my customers.
I'm curious, what are one of the more common spent cryptos on BitNinja Supply?
Litecoin.
Litecoin? I knew it was going to be Litecoin. I knew it. I wanted it to be Bitcoin just in spirit, but we all know it's just Litecoin's.
I get a lot of Bitcoin, so I'm not going to lie. And, I'm pretty involved with the Litecoin family. They're a great group of people that I work with. I customize a lot of teas and stuff for them. So I'm kind of biased when it comes to using Litecoin in that fashion.
Me too, a little bit. I wear my biasness on my sleeve. Dash, Monero, Decred, Bitcoin. I mean, I don't hide what I like. And dude, I can dig it. I can see why Litecoin, though. I mean, what are your thoughts on Litecoin going towards a privacy blockchain direction?
I'm 100% for privacy coins. So here's my thinking. Like, if we want crypto to become mass adopted by companies and corporations and CEOs, it has to have privacy. You're not going to want to have 4 employees and you're going to pay Joe Schmo $50 an hour and the other coworker $25 an hour. You're not going to be able to do that if you don't have some sort of privacy on the blockchain, because anybody can look at what you're paying somebody else.
Yeah,
and everything, at least in the US, is fueled off of competition and leverage and paying somebody what they're worth. Well, that's a whole different conversation, but you get what I'm saying. You can pay different people different things. You can negotiate with one lumberyard and pay them $1,000 a tree, and another lumberyard $5,000 a tree. It just depends. You don't want them to talk to each other and find out.
Yeah, I mean that's a business to
That's cool.
business perspective for sure, and even when it goes like like peer to peer, it's even more concerning because if you said, "Hey Ken, send me $10," and I send it from my hardware wallet, exposing myself because
Right.
you could check that on the blockchain and kind of see exactly how much I have in that public address I sent from. And there are steps that you could take, but they're opt-in steps. These are steps, additional learning curve steps that the average person is going to have to do to not expose their Bitcoin holdings when they're
And
interacting
it's
with
clunky.
friends.
Like you want to have a spending wallet, so you got to send from your cold storage to an exchange and then to your spending wallet to make sure no one can track what you have. And it gets it gets clanky like that.
Yeah, it does, and that's why I like the non-custodial things. I used to say shapeshift, but they went KYC, unfortunately. So like things like Changely may be something even, but then again, it's not a clear, switch or mix as you would. There used to be a lot of mixing sites because the privacy aspect of moving your cryptocurrencies between wallets was profitable. It's lucrative. People would be willing to spend a little bit more. Say I send you X amount of Litecoin, keep some, just mix it around with your friends and send me back some of the other Litecoin. So it's nobody knows how much I'm making, so I don't have to worry about being a target or getting hacked, things like that. I mean, a lot of people are certainly going to go to like malicious use cases, like terrorism and drugs, but it's also that's what the government projects to put these, things in place that look like security, but they're really not. It's borders to freedom, not really gates to security.
Yeah. And privacy is freedom. So
But I don't know if I want Litecoin to go private, and I don't know how much I believe in like a blockchain going from a public blockchain to a private blockchain, knowing that things like Chainalysis exist and how much incentive there is to try to backtrack and change a lot of this. And I feel like there's a big market that nobody talks about. Like, how hard it would be right now to download the Ethereum blockchain and have a copy of it that's up to date. It's
right.
hard. You can't catch up. But if somebody had a backup and they could copy it and start selling those copies to government entities, they could start auditing the previous blockchain up. They wouldn't have to start downloading the Ethereum blockchain. They would have a chunk of it and they would just catch up from that point forward. So I just start to think about, public to private, is that even possible? But we're going to see if the Litecoin Foundation can pull it off. It looks like that's what they want to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I have mixed feelings myself. I was a big I liked the idea of Bitcoin private, one because it had the name Bitcoin in it, and two because it was supposed to have the capability of switching between the two. But yeah, I don't want to talk anymore about Bitcoin
Yeah,
private.
John McAfee broke my heart on that one a little bit, but whatever. I guess we let that slide for the future president of the United States of America. Hashtag don't vote McAfee. What are some of the I would say what are some of the benefits for an online business or even a brick and mortar merchant accepting cryptocurrencies rather than fiat? What are like the pros and cons of both? And let's see if we can try to have an open discussion for the people that are watching that may have an online business or may have a brick and mortar store and have yet to see any benefit to accepting Bitcoin because American Express just works, right? So like why fix something that ain't broke?
Right. Well, as a merchant, I like Litecoin because when I know I'm getting paid, I'm not getting scammed. So you would not believe, even for my little BitNinja website, how many fraudulent orders come through. I get stolen credit cards all the time, and they charge me for them. For if a stolen credit card comes through, they charge me $75 a pop on on refunding the customer who reported it stolen. So I'm the one that's getting the charge.
Is
So
that
with
the payment processor that's charging you? That's insane.
yeah, yeah. So I recently upgraded because I did the math and it saved me a ton of money to do. Shopify has a what is it called? Like a fraud protector program. So they only charge me $15, and I think I pay like 30 a month for it or
Dude,
something.
with that amount of money as a fee for fraudulent transactions, there has to be a third party business that they're hiring or using to attack your website to incentivize you to move up to the bigger benefit package or just keep getting hit with those fees. I mean, that is a business
And there's
model.
no way for me to cancel. Like if you steal a credit card and come to my website, there's no way for me to say no. Like
What the?
you
I
do
didn't
it,
know
and I
that.
get charged a fee.
I did not know that that falls on the merchant in that way. Like that is an expensive burden to bear. Again, as a small business owner, that's ridiculous. So like at that point, why even accept credit cards if that's the case?
Right. Yeah, and you see that a lot. On top of that, the fees like the 3% or all the way up to 7%, those go onto the merchant as well. So that's a lot of the times when you go to like a little mom and pop gas station on the corner store or whatever. That's why they're like $5 minimum to buy anything,
Oh
because
yeah.
they want to make sure they're making their money. It's the same type of thing online.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
in the Bahamas and the minimum visa transaction, I guess it might have been a tourist trap thing, but the minimum visa acceptance was $25 with a $5 fee.
Jeez.
So it cost me $5 plus I had to spend a minimum of $25. And I was just blown away, but they said, it's just that's the burden of doing business on the island is,
Mhm.
they get taken advantage of by the processors. But I don't want to, try to paint like crypto is all sunshine and rainbows. There is some burdens to bear as well, accepting them. I'm sure you run into some crypto issues as a merchant service, and I'm wondering what maybe those are. So, maybe we can knock a frequently asked question out of the way for people that may run into one of those frequent problems a processor has with crypto.
Yeah, the biggest one I have is the price changing. So you go and you make a purchase and it tells you to send this amount of Litecoin to this address. By the time you get there and send it, it's like a decimal point is off and the order doesn't go through. I get a failed order notice. The Litecoin or whatever crypto you're using gets held up. Like you don't get it back for like 48 hours.
Oh
I don't
wow.
receive it either. And that's just if I'm using like coin Coinbase Commerce, I think.
I can turn you on to a better merchant processor. I know it's going to sound biased because they are a sponsor of the podcast, but Monarch Payment.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, I would definitely say check that out because a lot of the things I'm still checking because they're just released it. I'm still reading into the benefits, but dude, it looks like it may be what you're looking for as far as that issue where you're having the frozen funds and
yeah.
the volatility and difference. I would definitely look into Monarch Pay, dude.
Okay, yeah. I think I saw you tweet that, and I was going to check it out at some point. God, the thing. I'm not very techie, so I mean, I'm a little techie, but not like web programming techie.
And that's
So
the thing people should have as a takeaway right now is they don't have to be rocket science to be inspired to be entrepreneurs and get started contributing to this economy and industry and community in any niche way possible, from creating a fucking energy drink to shilling swag that everybody's been looking for on Amazon and just wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, dude,
yeah,
it's awesome. It's definitely
anybody
the
can do
way
it.
to mainstream adoption rather than forcing this as a get rich quick scheme. It's a renaissance. Give your friends some swag and get your party on.
Yeah, yep, yeah. With YouTube, you can do anything these days. Like I can work on my car. I was never like the mechanically inclined, and now I can. Yeah, I'm a mechanic, so I
Yeah,
can
I
even.
tell people I have a university degree from YouTube and a Google dropout.
Yep, it's a good one.
So,
Uh,
I actually wanted to touch on something I thought was really interesting that we both came across the other day. On Instagram, I tried to create a promotional post to show my swag. This is all, I posted a picture, the same picture, and I just said, hey, visit the website to buy the t shirt. My swag's for sale. And Instagram censored me and was like, no. And I
yeah.
kept trying to appeal it. And they almost basically were just like, do it again and we're going to freeze your account, asshole. So I was like, all right, I'll stop trying to appeal it. But it just felt like I got strong armed and it didn't feel right. And I'm wondering, like, what are some of the issues you might run into as a crypto, business that you're not even selling, futures or ICOs? Like, that's what they accused me of. Like, I'm selling binary options and I'm like, no, it's a t-shirt. So like, what is it like trying to market right now with the way the mainstream industry is?
So you have to be creative. So Facebook and Instagram are the same company, and they don't let anything crypto related at all onto their advertising platform. For the most part, I found a program called Kit that runs through Shopify, and they'll let some of the ads go through Kit. So I have had Facebook ads, and more specifically retargeting ads, be approved on Facebook and Instagram using that third party application to list the app, and I'm not sure why. It's the same thing. It's just they let it go through using that program.
Are they
I don't know
charging a
if
little bit more?
No, nope, nothing extra. It's just, so Shopify is a website, blah blah blah, and you can install Shopify applications that can help you run your business. It's KIT. It's a free thing that sends out. So whenever you make a purchase on my website, you get an email from me. That's through Kit. It just automates a lot of the services that you have, and one of them is helps you market. And so I just sync my Facebook up to Kit, and retargeting ads get approved. Regular ads don't. So I don't know what it is, but that's when I said, let me try it. I'll see if I can get it through. I just haven't done anything on Instagram yet, so I don't know. But I can put it on Facebook. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's just annoying, and I feel like it's just creating a weird echo chamber of the mainstream agenda and a biased opinion on everything, right? Like, I haven't seen any, and I don't know, I'm not saying this in any way, I'm not trying to pump any, I'm just saying it as an obvious statement, that I haven't seen any mainstream marketing or advertisements for BitTorrent's token, the BTT. I feel like if this was a year prior, it would have been all over Facebook, YouTube ads, Twitter sponsored posts.
Yeah.
Right. It would have just been this blanket common knowledge thing, and more people that I talked to from last year that never really got in, they were my friends that, were interested. They know more about things like Verge and Bunny Coin and other random tokens that actually had the opportunities to do these advertisements, and nothing came of. It's sort of feels like that's the atmosphere of the spaces. All these things were marketed, nothing came of them. And now, well, there's this thing that exists. There is this product, BitTorrent. They have this currency token that they're using in the utility of the platform. Yet they can't market. And now all the people that saw those ads are just looking at the space like, oh yeah, everything's a scam, nothing works, nothing has a product. And I'm just like, well, there are now, like we have a bunch, we always have. It's just they don't have the same freedoms to market the same way. It's just annoying. And I was just wondering about like even advertisements, on your website. Have you looked into getting ad banners to kind of like find a way to kind of monetize your foot traffic?
So I offer, if you go to the website, one of the very first ones is from the Litecoin app. They have an advertisement on there. I am putting together a sales deck myself. I do have the option to use like Google ad banners, but I'd rather keep it to the community. So I have spots I can put pictures or whatever. And so eventually within the next couple of weeks, I'll have something out to people if they want to list and have their products seen on bitninjasupply.com. They'll have that opportunity. I also, for myself, I reach out to Instagram. I hit up an account that had 400,000 followers. And was like, how much for an advertisement? Just a post. And they said $35. To put my product in front of 400,000 people, $35 wasn't a bad deal.
Not at all.
So I had to think outside the box. So I'm going around Instagram and just hitting up people directly for advertising, just having them shill my account for a few bucks. It's not that bad.
Well, that's a perfect segue into what I wanted to talk about is, as far as influencing goes. I came up with that fucking got influence t-shirt concept, and I really feel like it's a subtle meta message that I really hope some people kind of get the pun behind it, and the sarcasm, I would guess, or the satire that comes with got influence. But that is an important thing, though, that the space has kind of been a little bit salt towards. The whole influencing space has become sort of like a joke to the industry, although I feel that it is one of the most important key roles of Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin doesn't have a marketing team. Bitcoin doesn't have the Bitcoin Foundation like Litecoin does. Bitcoin is Bitcoin, and the only people that can advocate it are the enthusiasts that are inspired enough to create content and influence on the behalf of Bitcoin. And like, you've been censored out of the mainstream marketing, so you've been reaching out to micro influencers, people that are niched in the economies. Like, if you wanted to sell Bitcoin swag, you would hit me up, because I would send that information out to my audience, which would make a bigger impact than just throwing a barrel of cash at Facebook and them just throwing coupons in the air and hoping somebody picks one up. It's not how marketing's done anymore. And I'm just wondering, what's your perspective on, in the whole terminology and the vibe around influencer in this space and what impact it could have moving forward and what impact it has had in the past.
Yeah, I think influencing and marketing is essential to any cryptocurrency because any and all cryptocurrency is community based until it reaches a certain threshold where it's like a requirement for like a culture to survive. It is community based. And I think the problem with crypto Twitter is that we're all influencers in one way or another. All of us that are left there are influencers. So we can butt heads or get tired of seeing somebody shill things. The things you got to think outside the box. There's maybe 1% of the crypto universe is on crypto Twitter. You go to a conference, 9 out of 10 people don't even use Twitter, and they need us. They need people like you and I to shill their products, to get the word out. And we're very important to them. If you know how to market yourself and approach them and show your value, you know, whether it's impressions or how many views you get or how many likes you get, if you can approach them in a professional manner, you have a very good business opportunity right in front of you just for tweeting, or just for being on Instagram. And I think it's very important.
Yeah, I'm trying to stress the importance of the future of the attention economy to my friends and my family that, you know, a lot of these remedial jobs are being taken by, you know, the Internet of Things, machines that are replacing, you know, the McDonald's employees. What do they have? What remedial jobs are there? What remedial contributions? The minimum attribute that you could have that contribute to society to earn so you can, you know, pay your way. And I think that's going towards either creating content or consuming content, and you can see a lot of these companies that are, you know, kind of lining up for that, and that's like things like basic attention token and you know, a lot of these other things that are capitalizing on that business model. And I don't know, I really hope that, you know, more people understand that being an independent entrepreneur, you know, doesn't have to necessarily mean you're like selling out to talk about things you wouldn't necessarily talk about. But like in the future, we're going to see people that have like 2,000 friends on Facebook that, you know, are in high school, probably never going to have to pay for pizza again because they always tweet or talk about being at the pizza shop and all their friends like the picture. So they're earning their keep by helping contribute in a micro influence way. And I think there's going to be a weird attention based micro influencing economy where it's going to act in a bartering circle. You know, will shill for food kind of or whatever. Like,
right.
Yeah, dude, I totally hope people can be as foresight enough to see that. You know, I feel like everybody is stuck, you know, where they're working at Blockbuster and they just don't want to have the foresight to see Netflix coming. And it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Yeah. The problem is everybody's so programmed at an early age. Just go to school, go home, do your homework, and then work for a job. And I'm glad the internet's out there and letting kids and young people see that there's another way out there. You can do whatever you like and get paid for it.
Yeah, there's kids that are like 10 that make YouTube videos and make butt tons of money just unboxing toys. You know, these 10-year-olds wouldn't have employment otherwise. You know, like child actors are allowed to, you know, act and earn income. And I feel like, you know, if you want to do a YouTube video, you can, but now it's possible. And then YouTube says not until you have X amount of subscribers are you allowed to use AdSense. And then YouTube comes in and takes 30% of your tips, you know, if people come in super chat. And now you have these kids realizing that they're being taken advantage of from an early age. And you're right. They're being conditioned for that in a totally different direction. And that's why I'm trying to, you know, inspire the youth to use things like Steam It rather than YouTube maybe. That's why I'm streaming on 6 or 7 different platforms right now on BitTube and DLive and, you know, trying to make sure that I'm not just making my content centrally. I'm trying to, you know, live as I preach.
Yeah, decentralized Bozak. I like it.
Yeah, coming soon, Bozak coin. I'm going to see if Richard Hart will help me with the ICO.
Oh, he does that now?
I don't know, man. I'm not following a lot of this stuff in this space anymore. It's too it's starting to feel like a giant soap opera anymore.
Yeah. I feel like it's almost like when you get desensitized to violence because you played too much Grand Theft Auto 5. It's like you see so many ICOs and scams, you're just like,
Yeah,
That's another one.
I've been to 50 conferences in a year. I'm pretty numb to a scam. It's just like, oh, all right, there's another one. It's like, I don't even know. It's more common than not, which sucks. But I am very hopeful for this year. I hope the criteria that these conferences and things have are notched up. They have a lot to account for. I mean, a lot of the companies that these conferences allowed to be at their events, have a booth or be a sponsor, are majority scams at this point, you know, and complete failures. The developers probably left the team. So the conferences are kind of held at a responsible point now to, you know, be a little bit more picky of who they allow to show at their events.
Yep.
So there's, like I said, a lot of the things that happen in this space throughout the year, just for the best of it throughout the time of it. We had to go through this, you know, shitty moment in, you know, crypto history, but like I said, it's like a soap opera. You know, these are the days of the blockchain.
Yeah, but it's condensing, and all the people that are left here are like very passionate, and they're almost like, I feel like I can trust any, like I get on Twitter, and I know all you guys now. Like, you're my friends. I can expect tweets. I reach out to you guys. You reach out to me if I'm having a bad day. It's like, it's becoming this tight knit community. And when there is another bull run, we're going to be the foundation of it, and it's going to be amazing. And if there's not another bull run, we're still here for each other. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, no, I would like to be the guy that I wish was there for me when I got into crypto, man. When I first got into crypto, it was like, oh, you're an idiot. You know, you don't know this. You don't. I mean, it was really clicky. It was like walking into a high school cafeteria when I first got into crypto, and I really don't want that experience for every newcomer into the space to just like feel like they're the new kid at school, walk into the cafeteria, not know what table to sit at, and no matter where they sit, they're just still not welcome because they're new. You know,
You're right.
we have to be more embracive. Let people be dumb. You know, don't say you're an idiot. Thank you for the super chat, much appreciated. Love you. But don't forget, you could use bitbacker.io, and you could power chat and super chat and donate with crypto, and YouTube won't steal 30%. But I still love it, and I love you. Thank you. Actually, I figure let's segue a little bit into some of the recent news. There has been a cancellation of the ETF that was backed by the futures recently, and I don't even know how the space has taken it. It's like the comments on that thread is just, you know, 50-50, and I'm on the fence of it was meaningless anyway. It was a promise backed by a promise that had nothing to do with Bitcoin. So who gave a shit? They're just, you know, trading Bitcoin paper notes that, you know, like you think there's 21 million Bitcoin, but with the way that these guys want to run their ETFs and futures, there will be billions of Bitcoins out there. It just won't be on the blockchain, and it will really affect the value of it the same it has done to the gold industry. So I'm just wondering, like, do you have any thoughts when it comes to institutional investors coming in and what like ETFs and futures could do to this space in the future?
I don't really understand a whole lot of that, to be honest with you. I know, like, I do a little bit of stock trading on the side. I have my 401k, you know, on Fidelity. I have it invested through Grayscale. They have a Bitcoin trust. They have a Ethereum trust. You can take your 401k and invest it in Bitcoin already. So I don't know. I'm just probably naive or not educated enough to know what the difference is.
So what you're buying is on that stock there, you're buying is GBTC, Global Bitcoin Trust, I believe it's called, GBTC.
That's one of them. Yeah. You don't really own your Bitcoin on that one.
Well, they don't either. There's no Bitcoin backing, and I believe it's pegged to 1/10 of a Bitcoin per share. So you'd have to own 10 shares of this GBTC in order to say that you have one Bitcoin worth of stock, and it trades at such a premium that it does, and without any utility, that it really affects the Bitcoin price on the open market of actual BTC, because it has true utility. But this GBTC has more value without that true utility. It takes away a lot of the investive incentive to actually grab BTC, Bitcoin, hold the private key, when they're, you know, basically buying futures, which doesn't give them any incentive to hold Bitcoin, right? Like if you're investing in Bitcoin through a futures, you're going to end up being more incentivized to basically trade it down. You're gonna bet that it'll go down in the future, rather than bet up. If you did, I mean, obviously, if you thought Bitcoin would go up in the future, you would never buy you would buy Bitcoin and you would hold it.
Right.
So the incentive to bet that it will go down is already there clearly in the futures at CBOE. And then what a lot of these companies are doing are buying OTC, dumping it on the market and taking a small loss, but betting against it as a futures that it would have done that anyway, and they're making a killing profit on the other side. And they just want to make it more legit. They just want to do that in a little bit more legit way by making this ETF into, you know, fruition. And they're really tricking a lot of these Bitcoiners into, you know, rooting for the ETF. Like, yeah, I'm like, it doesn't fucking help us any, you know, at all. And I don't know, it's like a weird hat trick that's kind of happening.
The only advantage I see out of it is, like, for myself, huge proponent of, or I really like Bitcoin. My 401k, it comes out of my check every payday. It's free money. I want to invest it into Bitcoin, and I can't at this point take it out and put it. It has to stay in my 401k for it to compound. So that's where the GBTC. There's a couple other ones that are out there too that I found that were a little better. I can't remember off the top of my head.
New York Stock Exchange mentioned a little while ago, I think it was about a week ago now, about a week ago, they mentioned that they were looking at tokenizing stocks, bonds, and Abra even announced that you can now basically trade Bitcoin for stocks and ETFs. And I'm just sitting here like, Bitcoin use case, go, what? Like, everyone that's ever said, so what can you do with Bitcoin? I'm like, well, I can get stocks with it. How about you?
Yeah. How about that, sucker?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the kind of things that I think that's going to make this more mainstream, is kind of normalizing it in that sense, not taking it a step back. That's sort of what I think Coinbase Wallet did today when they announced that you're going to be able to store your private key on, you know, Google Drive Cloud, and it'll be encrypted through their wallet. So this file that will be in the cloud is only going to be able to be accessed through the unencryption of the wallet. So what's the fucking point? Like, it's just another vulnerability. It's another exploit. And every cloud is leaked to the NSA. So they have a copy of these files, and encryption only takes a matter of time to be broken. That's why we update our hardware wallets every other fucking week. You know, the encryption method on these hardware wallets are brute force attacked until they break, because they're in giant incentivized honeypots. You know, if somebody comes into your house, bro, not to like incentivize this, but just to wake people, thank you so much for the super chat, but just to wake people up to the possibility of what a hardware wallet exploit really looks like, is somebody coming into your house, finding your hardware wallet, and you feel confident, I don't know the password, whatever, okay? They're going to kill you because they don't know where your private keys are. And they don't want you to sweep the hardware wallet. They're going to hang on to that hardware wallet for a couple weeks, couple months, maybe a year. There will be an exploit. They will choose not to update that hardware wallet's software, and they will execute said exploit to sweep the private keys off the hardware wallet. This has been done over and over and over again. So I really don't want anybody being incentivized to trust a cloud with their private key, even if Coinbase Wallet's encrypting it with whatever the fuck they got. Somebody hacks your cloud, they sweep that file, they have a copy of it, they run an exploit brute force until it cracks, because it's worth it, because they could go find 50, 60, 1,000 people's clouds that have this file. It's not just you. So it creeps the hell out of me, man. What do you do, like, in a sense, like, not personally, I guess, but like, what would you recommend, I would say, to a noob as far as like a safe way to store their crypto?
Yeah, cold storage is the only way. Like, that's it. That's it. Get it off the exchanges. Get it on a wallet.
Where is it? I got one of these. There we go. This thing right here is probably one of the coolest swags I have. It's an open dime.
Okay.
And
yeah, I've heard about it.
It's like a Bitcoin piggy bank in a sense. Like it's like a porcelain piggy bank.
Told me about to get a couple of those or something.
Oh, recently. I love it so much. I got NVK. I got him to sign it. The CEO, even though he unfollowed me on Twitter, probably because of, you know.
Yeah, he dissed me on Twitter. I
tweeted about having everybody I love to love me.
Yeah, I tweeted something about Satoshi holiday, and he bashed me and blocked me or something. I can't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah, but like you were saying, cold storage is the way to go, and you don't have to spend money on a fancy hardware wallet. You could do a paper wallet. I made a YouTube video on it. It's got a pretty decent amount of hits. I think it's in the 6 figures at this point. And it's because I showed people how to take the file off their computer, use it on a computer that never touched the internet before and that never will touch the internet again. That way you can create the paper wallet. And when you print it, you have to go into your printer and delete the cache data. So if your printer gets thrown out, somebody can't sweep your printer's cache data and print the last. Exactly. And then you have to BIP 138 encrypt that private key. So there's also a password on top of the private key in case the private key gets exposed from a camera over your shoulder or whatever. There's a password on top of it. So you're right. Cold storage, 100%, guys. And you could even use like an old broken Android phone that you want to just throw in a drawer that you'll never connect to the internet. You could download the Monarch wallet and use it offline. Perfect cold storage. You don't have to spend money on a hardware wallet.
Yep. No. Have you seen that inside the crypto crate? Did you check out that coin in there that has the?
What the fuck? Yo, guys, hold up. Ready? So, bitninjasupply.com. Plug. Check it out for the crypto crate. Plug. Use code BOZAK for 10% off. Plug. That was 3 plugs. Got him good. All right, so this is the crypto crate, right, by bitninjasupply.com. What were you talking about in here again? Oh, whoa, hold up. This is fancy, guys. Check it out.
Yeah. Let's back up a little bit.
Hold on. So in the box, we got this fancy handy dandy explainer. Looks like it says everything that's in the box.
Correct.
So we have a checklist here. Oh, this is pretty. I could put this on my front door, and the mailman's gonna be like, "Dude, did you get that smart contract mail I sent you?"
Shine a light through that when you get a chance and put it against the wall. It's magical, bro.
I got this.
So the guy that makes those, yeah, if you have the reflection like go on a wall, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's a little too far from the wall, but dude, I totally see what you mean, man. This is epic.
That's how he makes them to be viewed. Really cool guy I met on Reddit. Makes all kinds of custom art like that.
I love it. I'm actually thinking more of like the Flavor Flav, like get a chain. Like, oh, what time is it? What time is it? Smart contract, the clock.
Bitcoin that spins.
Yeah.
Sparks fly out.
Well, speaking of Bitcoin, that looks swaggerific. I got these stunners in here.
Skirt.
Stunners. All right, I'm keeping these on. They're actually really visible. I don't know if you guys could see, but once it's up against your eye, I mean, it's pretty damn visible. All right. Oh, I got let's see. Oh, I got a sticker. I love swag. This is my favorite kind of swag. It's simple yet elegant sticker swag.
Great sticker.
Dear Ken, thank you for everything you've done. Bro, I love you too, man. Check this out. Oh, shit. This is the coin you were talking about. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, this is a cold storage coin. Go ahead and explain this a little bit, and I'll try to show it off in video.
So, it's just the coins you can get off of Amazon, basically, but it's designed by realcrypto.org, I think it is. You can find them on Twitter. And the instructions are in there. And it basically tells you how to make a cold wallet. You store it on that little barcode, and you can give that to somebody or throw it in a drawer or dig a hole and put it in a safe, whatever you want to do with it. But
and we got
pretty much store your Bitcoin on that hologram, and you put that hologram on the Bitcoin. And
so you would know if it was tampered with and if the private key was exposed.
Yep, you got it.
Check that out.
That's a really cool thing I came across. I just love all the different ingenuities in the market, and that's one of the amazing ones right there that aren't that well known. And that's
yeah, man. So basically what you would do, guys, is you would create a paper wallet or an offline cold storage public address, and it have the private key. You would post that public address wherever or hide it, and you would print out the private key and put it on the coin, and then protect that with this sticker right here, and you would know if anybody tampered with it. So that's pretty dope. Let's see what else I got in here. There we go. This is a sticker as well. It looks like it has 3M adhesive on the back.
Yeah, that's an emblem made by Viking. Are you familiar with Viking? He makes those Bitcoin like uh, glass pieces.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like I was talking about custom blown glass and stuff, dude. That's badass.
Yeah, yeah, but he made a bunch of those for me to put in the crypto crate.
Oh, NASA style.
Yeah,
See, Bitcoin will get to the moon before NASA ever will.
yep, absolutely. And you can see the details are amazing in that. Thank you very much. Awesome. Bit Ninja T.
There we go. That's the swag right there. Now I could have people ask me, what the fuck is Bit Ninja?
Yeah.
It's like a piece of a ninja, you know, like you have a lucky rabbit's foot. Well, I got like a
Yep.
lucky ninja toe. It's in my pocket. When you check it out, it's a Bit Ninja.
a little Bit Ninja. It's my new rap name.
Little Bit Ninja.
Skirt. That's my new slogan. I'm just addicted to saying that.
I know. I see you tweet it out like every other fucking tweet. I love it because I hear it in my goddamn head. I hear the
Yeah.
noise.
I do too. Skirt. And my ninja. I always say my ninja.
All right,
Got my
so
hustle.
let's make sure we shout everybody out that was here. It's obviously bitninjasupply.com. At Ninja Supply, that's the T and sticker. Then you have at Bitcoin_gallery, and that's the Bitcoin emblem. Let's see, what else do we have here? Dope Sauce Glass Works, WERKS. That is for the glass art. One of a kind.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Yeah. Follow him on Instagram. He
That's
makes
exclusive
glass
swag.
pieces.
That is pretty exclusive swag. And then we have at Real Crypto Org for the cold storage coin. And yeah, dude, this is pretty damn dope. When's the second edition come out?
So I've worked up a list for it. It's just getting the I just had some major life changes. I moved and stuff like that. So I just got to get the funding for it, and I've already got a list of things that are going to be in it.
Have you thought about like pre-orders and stuff? Because I mean, you know, not for nothing, but your reputation in the space it isn't, you know, worthless, bro. I mean, I'm sure I would be able to, and some people that would want a box would be able to pre-order them to help expedite that issue. I mean, it is difficult accumulating swag right now. Even in a bear market, you see a lot of these wallets and other things sell out rather quickly. I think people are buying more crypto swag than crypto itself right now.
I know. It's crazy.
It puts you in a pretty good spot. You're almost like the CZ of crypto swag exchange right here, man.
I'm getting there. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, well, it's been a wild year, man. These glasses.
So it's funny you say that. I got the sales deck I mentioned earlier is going to have a portion in there. I'm just going to throw it out to some of the new projects out there and see if they want to sponsor the next crypto crate. Because then I could do a sponsorship, have their name on it, have some of their merch in it, and then also throw in some awesome stuff like that. If that doesn't fall through, if that falls through, then the pre-order is probably definitely the way I'm going to go. So
I had a guest on my show, and I want to throw this concept out there, see what you think. I had a guest on my show, James Felty. He was the CEO of Vidyen, VIDYEN. And if you have like a WordPress website, do you create your website with WordPress?
I just use Shopify.
Okay, well, they may have a WordPress plugin. I believe they do.
Okay.
But he has a way for me, if I were to for you, but if I were to visit bitninjasupply.com, I could click a button that would just agree to allow you to mine Monero with the background power of my computer while I'm browsing on bitninjasupply.com. So you would actually, as a company, be able to earn some Monero while your customers are browsing your website instead of worrying too much about the advertisements and stuff like that. And he came up with this really interesting point system for your contributors. So if I were to mine or contribute X amount of hash power behind Monero mining for you, say for every 50,000 whatever, I get one BitNinja point. It's not a cryptocurrency or a token. It's like a point system. But
Right.
you're earning Monero because I'm running that website on my computer, and I'm earning this point for BitNinja that is just redeemable on your platform. So you could say 100 BitNinja tokens, and you could do the math. How much does that make me in Monero when X amount of hash equals X amount of BitNinja points? And, you know, that could be another way to kind of get some more monetization from the foot traffic. Plus, people like would just leave the website up and running even though they're not browsing on it because they want to earn some of those points. So I'm just curious, like, what are some of your thoughts on that? Because it is easy as like going to WordPress and doing 2 plugins, drop your Monero address, and you're done.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. I have a point system on there on the bottom right hand corner. Not a whole lot of people are signed up for it, but I do have a point where every dollar you spend, you get a point, and it'd be very easy to integrate with that. And,
oh, that'd be dope.
You know, I already have the award system there, so that's awesome. I'll have to check it out.
So do you have like any thoughts though on like mining in the background of people's computers? So, that was kind of a big topic when you kind of first got in.
I think I stopped by this this podcast that you did with that gentleman because I remember some of the conversation. It was just a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that stood out was like a lot of places do that already without you knowing. And I like the fact that he's upfront and giving you the opportunity, and you as a consumer have the option to do it. And it just brings integrity to something that shady people are probably doing already anyway. So yeah, I like it. I think it's awesome. What was your other question?
I was actually reading the chat and they got me distracted. Jake wants me to play Drug Wars, Steam Drug Wars. All right, cool. I'll stream that. I got to do some more wax on stream things anyway. I got to start gaming more on here. I know I'm streaming. I'm streaming on like 7 platforms, everybody. Just so you know, this podcast is decentralized. So what's the roadmap like for BitNinja, man? Let everybody know like kind of what to expect, and maybe anything you can kind of leak about, you know, some of the things you were hopeful to drop in the next crate, or anything that you may want to talk about.
Yeah, so a few things with the next crate. I have some things from Kimchi Socks and
I need more socks.
Crypto Brekkie is going to be in there. Also, I've been in touch with the glass guy again, not those things, but I ran some other ideas by him. He's supposed to get back to me on that. And then a few other things. I won't ruin all the surprises, but yeah, there's going to be some big name items in that next crate for sure.
So what's the supply you're thinking for the crate? Because I know there was a limited supply on the first one. That's kind of why I FOMO'd in and got my hands on one, you know. Not, I know people are probably thinking I got it for free, and I'm not saying, you know, whatever, but I paid for it because I want to support you, man. Like, I'm not sitting here like, send me shit and then you can come on my podcast. Like, I pay for my swag, you know. I support.
That's what I tell everybody. I say Ken Bozak supports the community. He paid. You didn't even like try to get me to send it to you.
Come on, can I get 10% off, man? No, none of that shit. But what I'm saying is, what's the limit you're thinking, the hard cap on the second loot crate? Because I know there was a lot of people that were left FOMO and at the mouth.
And I hear it all the time. So if I do the pre-sale thing, I'll just, however much funding I get is however many I'm going to sell. If it comes out of my own pocket where I buy it out. So the problem with doing the pre-sale is you're not going to receive it probably for 2 or 3 months because it's going to take a while to collect all the items. It does. That's the only downside. So if I do it out of my own pocket and make the money back, it's a little quicker. But either way, I'll probably do the pre-sale, and it just depends on how much funding we get. That's how much we're going to go for on it. And the more I get, the cheaper the boxes will be, or the more items will be in them because I can buy in bulk. So it'll be I'll try that this time. It'll be an adventure for sure.
My only bit of advice would be to try to make it sort of similar to something like this, and I'll let you check this out later on, but have it sort of like a beginner box. So the box that we have, and I love the idea, is more for like crypto veterans, really. It's like super enthusiasts or people in the know, but like, more for like a gift type of box, or not even just for the second one, but another third or concept box would be like a crypto crate gift box where it has a lot of on-ramping things, like
like a book,
exactly, like the white paper and kind of like book form, something like that. Maybe like a little quiz, like what is a private key, what's this, what's that, so people can kind of like, oh, I need to know these things without the answers being there, and then on the back or something, these are the answers, so go find them, doing your own research and stuff. Yeah, man. Like, a lot of people gift crypto to their friends and family and don't realize, and Wake up to this, guys. This is a fact. When you gift Bitcoin to a friend, family member, or loved one, it is like giving them a fucking dog for Christmas. You just gave them a goddamn burden, you dick. Now they have to go out and figure out what to feed it. What does it need to do for attention? Like, they're just scared of it. Is it going to bite me? You know what I mean? Like, they don't understand anything. You just burden them with this gift of crypto that may leave them not so excited about it as you are, and maybe turned off because now they have this thing they don't know much about. And maybe if you gifted them the knowledge before burdening them with the asset. A lot of people feel like they're responsible for the value of this Bitcoin now because they have it. And like I said, it comes off kind of burdensome. I've had friends and family tell me that they don't want any because they don't have the time to invest in learning about it. I'm like, well, instead of me giving it to you, here, just give me 20 minutes. I'll give you that. I'll give you that instead.
Yeah, I like that idea. I gave my brother some Litecoin, and it's on Cryptopia, or was on Cryptopia. It's gone forever now.
Fuck,
But yeah, when I saw that they got hacked, I was like, bro, did you ever get that Litecoin off of there? And he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I was like,
damn.
gone. It's gone forever.
Exchange, that's another thing that we don't, a lot of crypto enthusiasts will paint that, it's all sunshine and rainbows perspective and try to, sweep that shit under the rug, or try to maybe disempower it with some off the shoulder, perspective of the scenario. But in reality, from Mt. Gox to CoinCheck to Cryptopia, BitConnect, Quadriga, all these things that have happened, we need to let these people know that are getting into the space now, so they can learn from our history that we have lived through, rather than hide the true history and them have to learn firsthand rather than spectating. That's like one of the best ways to consume knowledge is through spectating, right? You don't want to learn that something's hot by touching it yourself. You can see some other asshole get burnt to gather the same knowledge.
What's the biggest fuck up you've ever had with crypto?
Ooh, shit, man. Now I would say it was probably that paper wallet video that I made. Because in the making of that video, I completely fucked up. And I lost 0.1 Bitcoin. And at the time, it was only a couple bucks. But I lost it way before Bitcoin had its run from, 1,000 up to 20,000. So at one point, that was my most expensive fuck up. What happened was that when I went on bitaddress.org, I took a screenshot with my keyboard, Control, Command, 4, whatever, on, screenshot. And I took a screenshot. And I went on this, I took my phone out and I sent Bitcoin to the public address to the paper wallet on that screen. After I saw it confirm, I closed the screen. I went to the screenshot that I took. Everything was there, even the Bitcoin paper wallet background image, but the addresses, the QR code, and the text were not captured by the screenshot because that was a screen overlay, not the true screen. So when a system did a screenshot, so there was nothing I could do to get that money back after I made that mistake. So I just try my best to it was like a small, dumb little mistake that, anybody could have made with any amount of Bitcoin, right? Like, I would have thought, hey, I have the screenshot, I'm safe, and I saw the screenshot in the thumbnail right there on the corner in the icon. I'm like, all right, it's good, I got it. I closed the browser, went to open it, went to print, and it wasn't there, and I was just bitter. And then I had another one I'd like to talk about because it happened during like the crazy market outbreak. And I was, FOMOing in the trades, and I accidentally had not enough zeros on a buy and too many zeros on a sell. So I bought high and sold low immediately. Like in one swift click, I lost like 80% of what I was trading with because zeros and decimals.
Yeah, that sucks. I've seen some screenshots where people have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars that way. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's just insane.
0.1 BTC is the biggest fuck up, not bad. Max, I don't have much Bitcoin, dude. it's not like I ain't come from much, bro. I worked 9 to 5 for like 8 years at the same job before I bought my first Bitcoin, and then I spent a lot traveling in 2018. I didn't hodl. I used my crypto. I contributed to the utility factor of Bitcoin, not the spectator fact of Bitcoin. The speculation side of it, you know. Less people speculate it, more people actually used it, their fucking bags would exponentially moon. They just don't get the concept that if they took half of their Bitcoin and gave it away in the right way and it started moving around, that the half the Bitcoin that they kept would be worth more than double the Bitcoin they had before.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
What are
Use it.
what are some of your fuck ups, man? Have you ever had like one of those moments?
Yeah, the biggest fucked up I have is I didn't write down my Coinbase Commerce. You know, the little 12-word code they give you when you set up a wallet, the whatever that restoral phrase is or whatever it's called. I didn't write it down, and this is like the only one I didn't write down for whatever reason. And I didn't know Coinbase Commerce makes you type that in anytime you want to withdraw your funds. It's the only wallet I've ever dealt with that does that. So I ran Coinbase Commerce for probably 3 to 6 months on bitninjasupply.com, people paying with crypto and it going in those wallets. And I went to withdraw it and I didn't have that phrase. And so that money's just there in that
So
wallet.
there's nothing I mean, they're a custodial service, so there's a fact that they have access to your money. Without a doubt, it is not in cold storage, encrypted without their consent. They have. Have you reached out?
I've reached out to them with no response.
That's pissing me off, man. And that's the fear factor that I have as a merchant accepting crypto without the actual, you know, peer-to-peer. There's always going to be, and when I first got into Bitcoin, it was one of the biggest, you know, chances. No third parties, no middlemen. And I'm like, how? How the fuck you gonna do that? I mean, even a miner is a middleman, a node is a middleman. I don't know what you mean about no middlemen. You know, an exchange is a middleman, Coinbase is a middleman. I mean, there's, you know, in the merchant services, they can't just have a Bitcoin wallet. That's not how a business can run legally accepting payment from customers. You know, it's just not feasible. And I get worried about this thing with like Coinbase. I definitely want you to check out Monarch Payment, man. And like a firsthand experience from you would be like a true review. You have no reason to give me any any bias. You have an unbiased perspective to this. So just check out Monarch Payment and let me know if it's, you know, what you were looking for. Because I've seen a lot of nightmares with things like BitPay and Coinbase, and it just turns a lot of businesses off to accepting crypto, and it's fucking infuriating.
I use GoCoin right now, and they're pretty good. The fee's a little high, but they go, when you pay with a crypto, it goes right into my own wallet. They don't have their own wallet. So
so you get the crypto. You hold the crypto.
Yep.
What? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. And they have the option for me to flip it right to cash if I wanted to. So as soon as you paid, if I wanted it to flip into USD, I could do that. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but yeah, that option.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of businesses would, though. I mean, and if you would have had that perspective early on, you know, you'd probably be doing a lot better in this industry. We've seen, you know, companies like Ethereum and EOS and Steam even laying off employees because they didn't cash in the fiat, and, you know, kind of like, great, good for you, like, you know, don't buy fiat, but also you're a business, you may have should have done business things. So I do want you to, you know, keep accepting your crypto, but are you a little bit worried about the business being more all in on crypto and then having that fiat, you know, store of value? What is your perspective on that? Like, what's keeping you away from fiat that much?
I just like how easy the crypto payments are. That's why I support it. I get to see it firsthand. When people pay, it works good. I mean, it sucks when I see my crypto go down 90%, but I know that I can use it and it works well for me. So,
well, if the business is holding crypto, I would definitely recommend checking out Celsius.network. And the business could actually hold Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever that, you know, that they support, and you could actually earn, you know, interest off of your Bitcoin, you know, account. So your business would be its own bank by allowing people to basically use some of that crypto to margin trade or do get loans of other sorts, and you would earn the interest. You earn like, you know, I think the people that contribute to the pools earn like 80%. It's divided
Really?
up. Yeah, it's divided up amongst your equal contributions. But imagine if Wells Fargo gave you 80% of what they loaned your money out to your neighbor.
Wow. Yeah. I just saw someone tweet about that today. I haven't, that was the first I've heard of it.
That I think a lot of businesses like yours that are accepting Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and more so holding them rather than cashing out will be able to hedge that volatility by being able to do that, right? Like you'll be able to have the same benefits of a bank. Not like, I feel like the mantra in crypto, be your own bank, has lost its meaning along the way. Being your own bank doesn't just mean, oh, I have my money, I can do whatever I want, blah, blah, blah. What do banks do? Banks take your money and loan that money out to those in need for an interest to make money off the money that you're just holding. If you want to be your own bank, you got to figure out how to make money like a bank and make your money make money for you while it's just sitting there being money. And that's what Celsius is making possible. And another showless plug for Monarch because it's going to be built into the wallet natively. So imagine being able to use your wallet that you get your Bitcoin and crypto sent to for your business and just being able to put it up in the bank and you're beginning earning interest every Monday, live payments every Monday. And this isn't fucking BitConnect, you know, like this is the founder founded voice over IP address. You know, he's a mogul, dude's multi-billionaire status. You know, he's sold multiple companies, and you know, he isn't the guy to be asking for money. That's why 80% of it's being kicked back. But like what they're really trying to do is, this is how you disrupt the banking system. You don't disrupt the banks by taking your money and holding it in your fucking Bitcoin wallet and then going to the bank and asking for a fucking loan, even if it's to buy more Bitcoin. You're creating debt, and that is what fiat is backed by. You're making more fiat, you fuckers. The only way to be your own bank and to really come at these banks' throats is to take your money out of the bank and loan it to somebody in need and contribute to the new economy of this currency. You know, take that cog out of their machine and put it in ours instead of taking cogs out of our machine and putting it in theirs in the forms of futures and ETFs. Fuck that system. We can, it doesn't even acknowledge its existence, right? Like a lot of people laugh because they're like, what do you think about crypto taxes? I don't know. What do you think about your Blockbuster debt? I don't really think about it much. I don't really think about the 2 DVDs probably VHSs that I forgot to return to Blockbuster. I don't think that FICO is really going to bother me because I had a shitty score in 10 years from now. As long as I have a good reputation in the crypto industry, I'll be able to get a loan. Or as long as you have a good reputation, I'll be able to loan to you. And that's how we will be able to be our own banks.
Yep, I agree. One-handed clap.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap things up here. Let everybody know where they can find you, bro. Let everybody know where you're at, how they can get in touch with you, and, you know. Yeah,
so to finish out, Bit Ninja Supply, at Bit Ninja Supply on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find me on LinkedIn, Bit Ninja Supply. Adam Snyder on LinkedIn as well. That's me. You can see my face. Also, in closing, tomorrow, FOMOhunt.com. I have a flash sale and some other items going on there. You can get an exclusive tee for them. Also, some of the items, some of your favorite tees that are listed on my website are going to be 15% off on their website. So,
you guys got to grab some swag.
Yeah, and get some Ken Bozak swag. I'm pretty pumped. Litecoin Lisa has a t-shirt of yours on the way. So.
Oh my God, I think my grandmom just told me she ordered one. I can't wait.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it, bro. All right, guys, don't forget to check out bitninjasupply.com/KENNBOSAK, and you can use the code BOZAK at checkout for 10% off. And yeah, don't forget, pound that thumbs up button, click subscribe, flick the alert bell, and have a day.